Hi, and welcome back to another gameplay video. Last time we chatted with these city dwellers and got to know that the city aren't pretty much better off than the refugee camp. Things here are pretty rough, and soldiers are shooting everybody that stays out after curfew. So let's go in and check this church out. And we also got to know about Suicide Park outside of the city, and that the medical facility should be in that direction. So let's go.
Send us a sign, Lord. We need a sign from you.
Hey, wait a minute. I know that voice.
Are we guilty of arousing your rage? Did we do it? Speak with your tongue of fire, Lord. Purge us with unrelenting justice. Send us a sign. Is this our doing? Are you punishing us for our arrogance? Unleash your thunderous voice, Lord. Release us from this intolerable uncertainty. Did we do it? Send us a sign!
I'm getting a strong impression that man's a fanatic and a little bit deranged, but his sermon made me curious. What could he mean by, "we did it"?
The thunderous voice of your angels through the gash.
Good question.
That is your sign.
Whoa.
Oh no. It's starting again. It's amazing. Everything's changing. Everything.
But yet, still, she are the same.
Everything is mutating.
It's
And
the
I haven't
same
even
The
moved.
guilty ones.
I don't understand. I don't understand
woman
anything.
over there. Okay. Okay, so there we have some people with a stone
Did
cross.
we do it? Are we the guilty
Sculpture.
ones?
Stained window.
Considering the condition of the rest of the church, it's amazing that the stained glass window is still in place and practically intact. Such little light that gets in from the street gives it a ghostly appearance.
The thunderous voice of your angels.
Okay.
The only statue in this place still standing.
That is your sign.
It's Saint... what's his name? Patron saint of... who knows what. I'm afraid that if I ever was a believer, all that information has also been blanked.
The thunderous voice of your angels through the gash. That is your sign.
The catastrophe caused a lot of damage to the statue's pedestal. The fact that the statue is still standing is a miracle.
Okay.
Illuminate us with your fiery
catastrophe
voice,
caused is a miracle.
Lord. Send us a sign.
This column fragment must have fallen off one of the walls during the catastrophe. Now it's keeping the pedestal of the statue company.
Okay.
A few parishioners listen to the words of the preacher, mesmerized,
Illuminate us
although I'm
with
sure
your
that,
fiery
like
voice,
me,
Lord.
they can't decipher the
Send
meaning
us
of
a
his mystical
sign.
rants either. Seated on these disarranged pews, some people are listening to the preacher, others just nod off.
The ruins
I guess
of
they
the
don't have
temple,
anywhere else to
the
go.
lion above the flames. We still
This enormous
have
stone
time.
cross casts a giant shadow across the aisle of the church. Perhaps that wasn't the original intention, but the result is pretty gloomy and menacing.
Okay.
That must be Reverend Blake, the preacher I heard about in the
ruins
camp.
of the temple,
I don't understand
the
a
lion
word of that
above
man's
the
sermon,
flames. We
and I'm afraid the
still
other
have
faithful
time.
don't either. Could that be the reason why everyone reveres him so much?
Could we talk to him? Or are we getting in his way?
Did we do
Disturbing
it?
him?
Are
I'm not going
we
to interrupt him in the
guilty
middle of his
ones?
sermon. That would be rude.
Yeah, that would be rude. Okay, so we have to come back later then.
The remains of the stained glass window that went with the intact one on the other side of the door of the church, the great wave must have shattered it. In fact, there are still a few glass shards scattered on the floor.
Yeah. Pick up those perhaps. We have some shards. Always good to have shards.
They come from one of the church's broken stained glass windows. They're pretty and eye-catching, and have a nice variety of colors.
Okay. So So I guess we get out from here then. And we have more stuff over here. Subway entrance, subway sign.
What was formerly the entrance to a subway stop is now a bunker reinforced with bricks and cement. A moldy sign says, "Subway service suspended until further notice." I imagine the train tunnels were flooded or ruined after the Great Wave. Let's see. I can try to rip it off. Nothing. I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to get it off with my hands.
Okay, so we need a tool. Yeah, let's test this director. See if we find anything here. Oh, here we have the medical center and a stone fountain in, I guess, the suicide park. The manhole, security fence, and the tree stump.
Judging from its girth, this giant must have lived for hundreds of years before someone got the bright idea of cutting it down. Now the stump is guarding the entrance to the park.
Okay, see if we can get this off the stump. Okay, so we got some nails and a plank. Let's see here.
Southside Park. Would you believe it? This must be the famous suicide park I've been hearing so much about. Huh. The pun is as witty as it is macabre.
Yep.
A bucolic fountain covered with ivy and moss. The park's desolation gives it an air of mystery from the side of the fence. In its day, it must have been home to a school of goldfish, which I suppose are now gradually decomposing inside it.
With the rest of the bodies, I guess. See, so if the medical center is so close to this, perhaps they have some vested interest in the corpses? Could they be using them for some experimentation?
Someone went to a lot of trouble to weld the front gate of the park shut. I'm afraid that access is totally and hopelessly blocked.
Okay.
It's rather disconcerting to see such a small building surrounded by such extreme security measures. Could this be the medical center people have been telling me about?
Okay, so I don't think we will go over there.
This thick wall of trees goes from one end of the compound to the other. It's so dense that you can hardly see anything through it. Who the hell would think to build these facilities without clearing the lot first?
Probably a defense mechanism.
I can't see any entrance for pedestrians from here, which would seem to indicate that you can only get inside the compound through that barrier. This fence protects the compound on all four sides, as impenetrable and menacing as the one around the refugee camp. It seems like barbed wire barricades are the only architecture possible in this new world.
Okay.
This entrance is reserved for authorized motor vehicles only. Get away from it. Move on.
What the hell?
Okay. So we are not
Those
going that way.
savages don't get around. I'd better avoid getting too close to that area, at least on foot.
So, see.
It's one of the ways into the city's sewer system. The Great Wave wrecked this place. Did the same thing happen down there?
Well, let's see if we can find out.
So, let's see. Impossible. It's not that it's super heavy. It's that there's hardly any place to insert your fingers to lift this manhole cover.
Okay. Try with the plank.
This plank doesn't quite fit anywhere.
Okay.
They were nailed into it. I have no intention of putting them back in their holes. Use this here? How?
I don't really know. I guessed you perhaps would. Let's see here. Let's see what our notebook says. Oh, we have that weird instance we had earlier with the beech wood. And it's spelled B-E-C-H wood, so I guess that is the word they wanted to use for it. Let's see, these strange visions, same female voice that woke me up. What is beech wood oracle mean? Good question, good question. So we don't have anything else we can do here. Let's see if we can get this sign off there.
A metal sign, and from what
Use the plank, perhaps?
this plank doesn't quite fit anywhere.
Okay.
They were nailed into it.
Let's see if we can...
It's not that securely attached to the wall, but I need something stronger to tear this sign down.
Okay. Perhaps we can ask for help?
Can I ask you a few questions?
Sure, but make it snappy. Can't you see that we're very busy?
No. See if we have any issue with
What
that.
goes on inside that church? Has everyone gone completely crazy?
Are you referring to the pastor and his flock? Oh, don't pay too much attention to them. Reverend Blake is a good man. He helped a lot of people after the Great Wave. But he gradually started to lose his mind until he reached the state he's in now.
Well, I stopped by once or twice to listen to him preach. The days are long. You have to find something to do. I try to go at this time of day. There are fewer people because it's almost curfew time. The Reverend seems obsessed with that atmospheric phenomenon in the sky, and with religious themes of guilt and repentance. Although I think he's actually just talking about himself. But the most surprising thing about all this is that he has hundreds of followers, and he's attracting more and more all the time from all over the city. And they even let him into the refugee camp once in a while to preach there. People adore him.
Why does that surprise you? We've been following sane leaders since time began, and look where that got us. Maybe it's time to start following the crazier ones.
Well, that's the most sensible thing I've heard you say all day.
Okay. So people think he's crazy, but still following him. I guess that makes sense in some weird way. Then again, I think if people are following him, there should be a grain of truth to what he's saying, so people actually find solace in his words, I guess.
Atmospheric phenomenon? Are you referring to the gash in the sky? In the camp, no one knows what it is.
On this side of the fence, the authorities have come up with their own scientific term: atypical controlled turbulence in the upper ionosphere. Though I suppose that's just a fancy way of telling us that they have no idea what the hell it was that split the sky in two after the Great Wave.
It makes my blood run cold when that aberration starts to grind out that noise like a piece of rusty machinery.
I wish those scrambled little clouds up there were the worst of our problems, dear.
Oh, shut up.
Okay, so there is something living up there, I guess. So is this an alien invasion?
Thanks for the chat.
Thanks for the company, friend.
Or just a weird phenomenon? Let's see here. Can't go back there, we can go down.
I don't think I'd gain anything by using this here.
Okay.
They were nailed in. Best not to waste time trying to nail this here.
Okay.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
I need to get in here, but please, don't make too much noise.
Okay, give me those bolt cutters. I'll see what I can do.
This house was empty, but the army has sealed it off. If I can just get this padlock off before curfew, I'll be safe. I need to get in here, but please, don't make too much noise. If the soldiers find us, they won't hesitate to kill us.
Impossible. I'm sorry. I can't do anything with this.
I need to get in there. I need to get in.
Well,
I'm sorry. I can't help you.
Help me, please.
we need to get back then and fetch some more stuff. Could we use the plank here or something?
This plank doesn't quite fit anywhere. It doesn't look like it. I wouldn't know how to use it.
Okay, so not very effective then. Let's get back here. See if we can trade. See if we want some shards.
I prefer to hold on to it. Someone went to all the trouble of taking the hood off an old just to...
Hi, Mike.
Okay, see if he wants something about that.
Do the words Beechwood Oracle mean anything to you?
No. Sorry, dude. Doesn't ring a bell. What is it? Some kind of riddle or play on words?
I don't know. Someone told me about it, and I'm curious. That's all.
Okay.
I should be going now.
Fine, Mike. You're welcome anytime. Remember, dude, here we can get you whatever you need. No questions asked.
See if he has something else to say.
Hello, mister. Are you still waiting?
I still am. That's all I can do at this point, don't you agree?
I should be going on my way.
Nothing
Have a
new.
pleasant wait, mister.
So, go down here. This again.
Oh no! Here comes that sensation again. It's like floating in a dense liquid, while everything around me is transformed. Good God. I think I'm starting to lose my mind.
Okay, see if he has something more to tell us.
Can I ask you a few questions?
I'll answer anything you want, as long as you don't get near my stuff.
Nope,
Well,
nothing new.
I'll be going on my way. Good luck to you, pal.
Just be sure to stay away from my things.
Well, if you like this content, please give it a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!